You. Your hand was... What's the request? You know, it's amazing that line is everybody's favorite line for Broad. I'm going to turn my frying pan into a drying pan.
Which episode did that appear in?
Well, why don't you ask him?
In which episode did that appear? Oh, was it a movie? Was
Mewtwo
Returns? The frying pan
so wait,
returns.
Was your James line going to be, I haven't seen this many, what was it? Strange letters since I placed that personal ad.
I don't know how you can remember it.
No, my favorite James line of all time is, I'm a flaming Moltres. I think you can thank Kathy Borland for writing that line. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Ken, Veronica, you pick.
Okay. Thank you. That's why I picked you. Yeah.
There were two, Maddie Blaustein and Nyasu. Compare those two.
You know, Maddie embodied Meowth. And so I think, especially since the actor before was just starting out, it was a good, solid performance, but Maddie put her heart into that character. And so I would have to say, hands down, I really think that was more than just a character. I thought it was a great characterization, but more mean. Well, perhaps also because it was in the very beginning and we didn't know who he was. I see. Prime boss. Yeah. Interesting. I don't know. I mean, who knows who's in charge of bringing what characters or what actors back? I have no idea. I have, but I have no idea. Yeah. You know, people in New York, people move, and also when we worked on Pokémon or any anime, we go in one at a time. So we're never in the booth together. We would just pass each other in the hall or on the street going to work. So some people I've worked with but never seen. And now some shows are done in New York and LA, so I can work on a show with someone and not even know they were in it, because we never bump into each other. Yeah. Yeah. There are a lot of
and
women.
Bart Simpson.
Yeah.
All right.
Jimmy Neutron.
Zach, that's another Ash.
Yes. A pair of lines.
I didn't realize there were any Vikings left in the world.
They mostly live in Minnesota.
Did we get the gig?
Yeah.
the lovely blonde.
When I auditioned for Ash, I was able to listen to what the actress did in Japan. And then from that, in my mind, I had Spritle from Speed Racer, and Rudolph from one of those stop-action Rudolph. She thinks I'm cute! She thinks I'm cute! So from there, and then I recorded my brother, who was 10 at the time, and so we kind of tried to mash those together to say, well, this is kind of what a 10-year-old sounds like. And then it started in one way and then just kind of leveled off into like around the mid-season, season 1, I guess, where Ash would kind of continue to be. But that was what was in my head.
Good question. Good answer.
Awesome answer. play all the characters. You?
You know what? I would have liked to play Professor Oak because I thought I did a very good job at doing Professor Oak. I don't know if you remember, but there was an episode in which Professor Oak had to play against Professor Oak in a game show. Well, I played the other Professor Oak and was told by the producer to not do it so well because I was too good. So there you go. I guess Professor Oak would be a good one, who might be related to Ash in some way. Way in the back. No, I think you guys know that and know it well enough. That's not really a question and answer. Come on, I don't even know it by heart. They keep changing it. But I do know it always ends up, with, what are we doing? Blasting off again! All right, what other questions do we have? Yes. Lisa.
You know, I loved as an actor, I loved the scenes where Ash got to battle. I just love that because I don't do a lot of battling in my real life. And, but what I really appreciated was how emotional and honest a lot of those scenes were able to be, like Ash with Pikachu, and after they would have a battle, and Pikachu was a little, I guess, disheveled, beaten. And he would say, "Great job, buddy. You deserve a good long rest." Or when he was like, "Hey, Brocco." I love that. But those were the things I really loved, or when they got to dress up in costumes, because Ash was pretty much the straight man for most of it. So when he got to do some goofy stuff, it was a nice little break from reality.
The devil in the back. I always saw the horns, I couldn't see the rest yet. Well, we had to vary it a lot because of the lip flap and the way that they cut it sometimes. And sometimes we would say, do they not remember that we say the same thing every episode? And they've changed the amount of syllables and they've changed the timing? Why did they do this? So we had to, sort of work those in every time. But no, I mean, and there were some times where they changed it to support what was going on in that episode to make it funny. But, for doing 100 lines every episode per character, if 4 or 5 of them happened to be repetitive, that was fine. I would say I got more sick of saying, "Blue Eyes White Dragon." So, I mean, that was like, come on, man, get another card. You know what I'm saying? There you go, right? I didn't feel like I was starting myself because, I would start at the beginning of the show and do all the Brock lines, if that's what I was starting with, and do all the James lines. And what was nice is if they were talking to each other, I had those lines to play off of. But I think when you're doing multiple characters in anything as a voice actor, I think that the biggest thing is to be able to say, it's not me and me, it's Brock talking to James, it's James talking to Brock. And even though that is my voice that has been recorded, I don't get confused by it, I don't go, oh, wait what did I say? It's really, that's that character. So, yeah, I mean, if I had to, and I've done it where I've done radio interviews where, I'll say like, "So, Brock, what's going on?" "Nothing, James, what's going on with you?" "I don't know, what do you think?" "You know what, girls are cool." "Well, like, that's where you go, he's lost his marbles. Right? In the way back. Yeah, you, black hair,
And then...
Yeah. I'll get it.
Fire red.
Good answer. Yeah.
My little brother had the games and he wouldn't let me play them. So I never really played them. Now my daughter has them and I don't get to play them either.
Yeah.
But I do like the very beginning ones. I love how simple it is and how you're walking around the town and you get to really collect your things and build your points. And that's as much as I know.
See, I'm a gamer nerd, but and I've mentioned this before, but I'm more like a raw Gears 3, blow things up. So I don't have a favorite Pokemon game. I think anyone that I was in.
Yeah.
So thank you. Yeah. I know. Yes, I've answered this question before, and here's the answer. The answer is they're both very nice ladies. I like them a lot, but I've always been partial to a woman in uniform, so I'd have to say I would take Jenny because I think she looks really good in that police outfit. It's Meow.
In the episode where Ash leaves Butterfree, I cried.
Oh, I do too.
Every time.
I know, but isn't it amazing that a cartoon can make you connect to it like it is real? And as we watch that, we can really feel how difficult it is to let go of something that you love so much. I cry too.
But see, that's something to say about a show like this, you know.
The writing.
Yeah, it's the writing and the animation in those kinds of moments. You know, we definitely feel like, you know, that, and the acting. I mean, you know, that there's some very touching scenes that Ash has done throughout the whole season, all of the seasons like that, and the friendship bonds and stuff like that. I mean, hey, we were talking about Meowth before. I mean, you know, Meowth, you know, and James. Like, they've had some moments where I'm like, wow, even like the goofy bad guys, they have a soul. They have a heart. So yeah, I mean, and you shouldn't be embarrassed that you cry when that happens. Now, when the Hallmark commercials come on and I cry, that's when you should be embarrassed.